Jain students, I am your computer teacher Mr. Bhanu Pratap Misra. So this is the first recorded class of computer science for class 11th after summer vacation. I want to inform to those students who have taken the admission recently, who have not attended any class before summer vacation, that in this subject computer science before summer vacation, I have taught three chapters. Chapter 2, data representation. In that we have discussed about the number systems, various number systems like binary number system, hexadecimal, octal number systems, and two chapters from the Python. It is the introduction about the Python and the data types of Python. But no need to worry, those who have not uh, attended the class before summer vacations. I will do the revision or I'll teach that both chapter again. But you have to read these chapters at home. That will be easy for you to understand the previous chapters. So today students will study this chapter on computer system. So what is computer system? So this computer system is basically comprises of three different units in a computer. This computer system is not a single unit. As you see in the diagram, the three unit is the input unit, process unit, and the output unit. So with the combination of these three units makes a computer, as you can see in the diagram. So what are the devices or hardwares categorized into the input unit? Keyboard is the input unit, mouse input unit, scanner input unit. Through these input units, we give the commands to the computer. Computer takes the command and perform the action, and after that generates the result, and that result is called the output. And this output is given to the output unit by the processor, means CPU. So the devices or the hardwares which receive the output from the CPU are called output units. So what are the which devices are the output unit? The most common is the screen of the computer, that is the monitor. Second is the printer, and third is the speaker which give the output voices. Now as you can see in the digital computer, there are 5 functions. What are the digital computers? Digital computer basically means a computer which understands the digital language, machine language, that is the binary 0 and 1. Since computer understand only binary, that's why it is called a digital computer. Here only two states is represented by the digital computer. 0 is called the low state, means having low potential, and 1 is called the high state, having the high potential. So these are the state of the potential low and high, which is represented in binary as zeros and 1. So in the first step, computer takes the data as an input. In the second step, it stores the data and instructions in the memory and use them as required. So inside the computer, there are various types of the memory that also we'll see, primary memory and secondary memory. Step 3, it processes the data and converts it into the useful informations. So how it processes the data? By a CPU, and CPU having a processing unit. In that unit having a ALU unit, that is called the arithmetic and logical unit. So this computer CPU processes the data with the help of the ALU unit, which does some logical operation and arithmetical operation and relational operation. Arithmetic operations means addition, subtraction, multiplication, and relational operation means comparison, less than, greater than, equals to, not equals to, and logical operations like and or not, that we'll study in this type of the operations in chapter R3 Boolean algebra. And after that it generates the output, means after doing these operations, after doing the addition, subtraction, multiplication, a logical operation or relational operation, we get some result, and that is called the output. And step 5 controls all the above 4 steps. That is called the control unit. So control one units only take the decision what the input is received, and after that it provides to the processor, and when the result generated again it gives to the specific output unit. If it is for display, it will give to the monitor. If it is for audio sound, it will give to the speaker. And if it is for printout, it will give to the printer. And if it is for storing the data in a computer memory in a in a hard disk, it will give to the hard disk. So students, as you know, today's world is the information rich world. Which country have a lot of information, that country has an advantage in computing world, because today's many companies are taking their decisions on the basis of the information, and this information they get from the social website or from the big companies which collects the data, and after the data analysis they provide to the other companies to take their administrative decisions. As you know, today's everyone is connected to the computer by means of computing devices. Like mobile is a computing device, that is also a computing device. Handheld computer, which you keep in your hand, which you keep in your pocket. And maximum population of today is having mobile. So all the mobile users are using the social sites, and all are generating some information. And all these are collected by these social site companies. As you can aware of that, Facebook, Instagram, all these are collecting your information. Many commercial websites are there like Amazon, Flipkart. All these companies are also collecting the data. So this computer is used to process those data and stores that data input in some memories in the hard disk, and after that it processes the data input and generates the result, means output, in the required format, in which format you need the output. Means in a binary format you need, in a text format you need. This depends on that. What is your requirement? Now, what are the advantages of computers? So, first advantage of the computer is the high speed. In comparison to the human, the processing speed of the computer is very fast. It is a very fast device. It do the calculations of millions and billions in seconds, microseconds. Computer can do, but we cannot do. It is capable of performing calculating large amount of data. So if I'll give you to add 30 different numbers of various digits, maybe some number of them 10 digits, some number of them maybe a 5 digits, 2 digits. And if I'll give you the 30 numbers to add, it will take time, at least 5 minutes it will take. But this computer performed all these calculations in seconds, microseconds. The computer has units of speed in microsecond, nanosecond, and even the picosecond. Microsecond means 10 to the power minus 6 seconds. So if you divide a 1 second into 10 lakh seconds, that is called a microsecond. So you can understand now how many less time the computer is giving the result. Nanosecond means 10 to the power minus 9 seconds. And all these are the smallest unit. So these computers perform billions of calculations in few seconds in comparison to the man. A man will spend the months, many months to perform the same task. Second thing, computer has accuracy. Even a question paper will be given for of class second or third. Simple calculation, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Many of the students will make a mistake even in that calculation also. That is means you have a less accuracy. But the computer is highly accurate device. If your input is correct, the result will be correct only. It will give you the correct output. So computers are very accurate. Their calculations are 100% error free. Have computers result having no errors. Computers perform all jobs with 100% accuracy, provided that the input is correct. And third advantage is what storage capability. As you know, computers have a huge memory in terms of hard disk. Normal computer having 1 terabyte hard disk memory. A computer has much more storage capacity than human beings. How much data computer can store, we cannot store it. Even we cannot remember that much data. But a computer can store large amount of data and for a long time. Computer can store any type of data. It can store images, videos, text, audio. And for us, it is very difficult to remember the images of 10,000 peoples or 20,000 peoples. But computer can remember the images of billions of images. Next is the diligence. Unlike human beings, computer is free from monotony, tiredness, and lack of concentration. Computer are too diligent, it does not feel tiredness. It does not feel monotony also means if the same task is given for a long time, same task you are doing, you feel boring. But here computer never feel bored. Computer never get tired. Computer never lose the concentration. But we can lose the concentration. If the imposition is given to you, write 100 pages of writing. So after writing 10 to 20 pages, you will lose your concentration. You started feeling boring. But computer never feel bored. Computer work continuously without any error and boredom. Computer can perform the repeated task with the same speed and accuracy. I mean, the same task can be done by the computer with the same speed and accuracy. Its speed and accuracy will not go down. Next characteristic of a computer is the versatility. A computer is very versatile machine. Versatile machine means it can do more than one job at a time. Computer is very flexible in performing the jobs to be done. This machine can be used to solve the problems related to the various fields. Computers can solve a complex scientific problem and in the very next moment it will start playing a card game. Means like you are also, many of the students are versatile, like at the home while watching TV you are doing your homework. While watching TV you are having your lunch. So means doing more than one work at a time means you are versatile. The computer is versatile, it will never say no to any work. Next is computer is reliable. A computer is a reliable machine. A modern electronic components have long lives. Reliability means if any task is given, so it will deliver the task in a given time. Nowadays, electronic components of computers have long lives. Computers are designed to make maintenance easy. If a printer is printing 10 pages in 1 minute, so in 10 minutes it will print 100 pages. That is the reliability. Automation. Computer is the automatic machine. Automation means ability to perform a given task automatically. Once the computer receives a program, the program is stored in the computer memory and then the program instructions can control the program execution without human interaction. So many automations systems are there Like you get the many times you receive the automated generated call from the various companies where a human is not speaking, a machine is speaking, and machine is giving the answer of your query. That is the automated or generated call. Next advantage, reduction in paperwork and cost. Due to the computer now the paperwork is less and the cost of office work also reduced. Now the computers are used for data processing in the organization leads to reduction in the paperwork and results in speeding up the process. Now no need to maintain the file in various registers. Nowadays every person is working on a computer and the files are stored at a centralized location that is called the server. And to that server everyone is accessing the file doing their work and again it is all stored there. Now as data in the electronic files can be retrieved as and when required, the problem of maintenance of large number of paper files is reduced now. Just we have to transfer the file from one place to the other place, from one department to the other department, from one state to the other state, from one country to the other country. No need to send a bunch of files. Though the initial investment for installing a computer is high, at the starting time for purchasing a computer is a high cost, 30,000, 40,000 you are paying, but it reduces the cost of each transaction. In a large office, millions of rupees invested on the maintenance of the record. Along with the advantages, some disadvantages are also there for a computer. Computer having no intelligence quotient, no IQ. A computer is a machine that has no intelligence to perform any task. But it is not true. But in today's scenario, in the coming time, with the help of the artificial intelligence, machine learning, we are training the machines. We are providing the intelligence to the computer with the help of the AI. So in the coming days, computer will have the IQ. Each instructions has to be given to the computer. Computer cannot take any decision on its own. Today, but with the help of the AI will take the computer. AI will take the decision on its own. Dependency. Another disadvantage is what? Dependency. Computer is dependent on the user instructions. If I will not turn on the computer will not turn on. If I not turn on the MS Word application will not open. So that is the fully dependent on humans instructions. Next is the environment. The operating environment of the computer should be dust-free and suitable. In the dusty environment, computer will become out of order in few years. If the CPU box will fill of dust, if there will be dust over the motherboard, so very soon computer will become disorder. It will not function properly. Computer have no feelings or emotions. It cannot make any judgment based on feeling, test, experience and knowledge unlike humans. So computer having no feelings. So this is all for today students. So in the next class we'll study about the various components of the computers and how these various units of the computers work and what are their functions. This is all for today. Thank you for your kind attention.